Well, Psalm 46 is a graphic psalm, isn't it? It really pulls in all kinds of aspects of our lives. You don't have to be back in the ancient world to be able to relate to being in need of strength, to fear, to know what a mountain is like and what the roaring and the foaming of the ocean presents. I mean, we know what rivers are. We know what kingdoms and nations in tumult and tottering are. We know what it's like to feel desolate, to long for wars to end, for God to break the bow and shatter the spear and to burn the chariots with fire. We all know what it's like to be filled with unease, dis-ease, to be anxious and not be still. And so this psalm is for all of us. But what I want to do, having already preached it in the first service, is focus in on verses 4 through 11 with a view to how God provides a refuge and fortress for us in the church at worship. Now, back in the ancient world, there was the promise of God's presence. The Lord of hosts tabernacled literally in the temple or the tabernacle. The thing is that only the high priest could go into the Holy of Holies. God kept himself at arm's length through the sacrificial system. Sins were atoned for through the shedding of the blood of bulls and goats. I mean, it must have been a very terrifying experience on one level to be part of public worship as an Old Testament saint, especially if we think about the context of the psalm, this Assyrian invasion under Sennacherib in 701 BC. Very, very shortly after that, there was the complete exile of both Israel and Judah. God divorced his people. You just imagine the fear and the trembling. Thinking about God's judgments and how that had been put on display in such graphic ways. I can think about as you witness the blood literally flowing, as you watch the high priest going into that place where only he could venture with a rope tied around his leg. Very different experience to you and I, and I want to front that. You and I we are in the presence of God, the Holy of Holies. The veil has been torn. We come with confidence and courage because of our high priest, Jesus Christ, who's gone before us. The one who has pitched his tent, John 1, and tabernacled as the incarnate Son of God and fulfilled his mission to redeem us from our sins. That's the only way in which we can come near to God, the Lord of hosts, the one who is called in the psalm the God of Jacob, our fortress. Again, I want to remind you that we come and we're confident not because of anything we've done, and not because grace is somehow something that elevates our nature. No, we come because God is near to us in covenants.